Okay, for a bit of a backstory, I have a disability to where I can walk, but not far without excruciating pain. I went to Disney with my family over the summer. It was very fun until halfway through our trip. Enter Ep and Ek. Also, this is my first step post, so sorry if it's not easy to understand. Cast: me, somewhat disabled teen. M, my amazing mom. D, best dad ever. Ak, amazing cop. Ep, idiot. Ek, bratty kid. PD, poor dad who has to deal with these morons. LS, my sisters that aren't important. Story: my family and I were on vacation in Disney World for a week. We were having a wonderful time until Wednesday. We were at Animal Kingdom and in line for Cali River Rapids. Enter Ep, Ek and PD. All of a sudden Ep start talking nonsense. Ep, hi, can my son please borrow your wheelchair to sit in? I'm sorry, our daughter has to sit there. She can't walk well and it will hurt her to walk. Ep, it's not that far. She can walk it off. If she can, then so can your son. Ep ain't having it. Ep, just give me the goddamn wheelchair. My sisters and I couldn't believe the utter foolishness this lady had in her. D, this is a theme park for kids. Don't swear in front of children. Ep, I will report you to the wheelchair rental service, they will take yours away. D, go ahead, this is our wheelchair, they can't take it. Ep is very upset, but doesn't speak for the duration of the wait and ride. We thought this was the end of it, but no, it gets worse. My family decided to split up because my mom and I loved roller coasters and I haven't ridden Expedition Everest in years. We get in line and it turns out Ep and Ek were following us. PD wasn't there, so I assumed he didn't want to ride the coaster. I'd say that Ek was maybe 6 to 7, so I didn't know if it would be okay to let him ride because I would have been terrified to ride the ride at that age. Here's round 2 of this idiotic lady's rampage. Ep, hi again, is it okay if we go ahead of you? PD is waiting for us and we have a fast pass soon. I'm sorry, but from the way you treated us earlier, I couldn't care less if you missed your fast pass. Ek, I need to sit in the wheelchair, my legs hurt. Ep, let us through now, or give me the wheelchair. Me, look lady, I have to sit in this chair, he can't just sit in it with me in it. Ep then pushes me out of the wheelchair and shoves her kid in it. She then tries to leave, but other guests don't allow her as they were watching this unfold. Just then a security guard comes and assesses the situation because he heard the commotion. Ak, what is going on here? Ep, these 2 people are trying to steal my wheelchair. Ak, is this true? No, this woman stole our wheelchair that my daughter needs. Bystanders start telling the cop what happened. Ep, lying. I rented this wheelchair out for my son who is disabled. That was the sentence that caused her to ruin her vacation. Ak, okay, I'll have to take this woman into custody until further notice. Ep thinking shed 1, what? But I did nothing wrong. Ak, you just lied to an officer. This wheelchair doesn't belong to the park, so it must belong to them. Eventually Ak and his friends asked if we wanted to press charges. We said yes, and charged her for assault. After that my mom and I enjoyed the ride, and told the rest of the family what happened. They were dumbfounded, and we still laugh to this day. So this is an older story, but I've been waiting to tell this story and this sub is perfect for it. Entitled mother. F, entitled father. A common thing to happen in my family is my parents demanding me to buy them stuff off Amazon because, well, they are entitled. I have Amazon Prime, so I understand using my account. However, they also make me use my debit card to pay for stuff, and eventually do pay me back. Still, it's incredibly annoying. It's never been a huge amount of money, but this time around, it was a set of chairs worth $500. I first rejected the idea, mostly given I'm still in college, and only made it $10 an hour at the time. $500 was about 1/4 of the money I had in my bank account at the time. I told my M this, and she went off on me, claiming I don't love her, and that I don't trust her to pay me back, and begins to cry. You know, basic parental manipulation tactics. I comply and buy her the chairs, and I'm out $500. She then tells me she will pay me back in about 3 days. When my father gets paid 3 days later, still no money. To avoid a fight, I just bite my tongue. Then a week passes, and then another week. After about 2 weeks of not being paid, I was incredibly pissed off. I also worked almost every night this summer at a customer service job, so naturally, I want to relax on my days off. Cue my parents, that decided we needed to deep clean the entire house. I'm helping, and then I receive an email about an interview for an internship that I've been working hard to accomplish. I'm reading the email, and that's when it happened. So are you going to do any work today or just sit on your butt all day? Me, pissed off, tired. Really? You're going to say that after I bought those chairs for you? You ungrateful son of a bitch. I pay for your college. Me, I'm not doing anything until you pay me back the $500. Now crying. You're so disrespectful after everything we've done for you. Some fun details. My parents actually don't pay for my college. All the loans are in my name. My father's ego was hurt after bringing up that fact. I threatened to return the chairs, which only caused more fights. Long story short, I had to literally tattle on my father to my grandmother to get my money back, and they now have their chairs. This is a normal thing, and I really see myself going no contact in the future. A little context to begin with. 5 years ago, when I was 14, I've been the victim of a 45-year-old pedophile who kept me under his influence for 5 months using manipulation and serious threats against me and my family, so I was too afraid to tell my parents about it, because I was really naive at that time. During this 5 months, I lived a genuine nightmare. The guy was waiting for me in front of my school after class. He forced me to come to his place and to do things. One day my mom discovered a love letter that the guy gave me and that I'd put in evidence on my desk so my parents could find it and get me out of this nightmare. I told them everything and my dad called the cops. The case went in court twice because that bloody motherfucker challenged the first court decision. In the witnesses that had been called for the trial, there was the mother of her nice and affiliated pedophile son. So what about her? Loves her son, and no matter what he does, he's still a good boy. First, you need to know that pedophile guy is a multi-recidivist, so knows too well that her son's got a serious problem. The judge calls the mother at the bar. The conversation went like this. Judge, well, good morning Miss M. I'm going to ask you some questions about the case. You doesn't have to swear, because your status of mother of the accused doesn't guarantee that you'll say the truth. You understand? With the weak voice of an innocent old woman. Judge, tell me, Miss M, did you know what was happening between your son and Op? I knew they loved each other. I didn't even know Op was a minor. Remember that. That's important for the rest. Op is saying that my son is an horrible man, but it's false. Op was loving my son and was consenting to everything he asked. She stares at me with her bad looking eyes. Op is simply a liar. I was shocked. So were my parents who were sitting by my side. I was going to explode, but my dad told me to calm down and put a reassuring hand on my back. My parents, those heroes. My lawyer raises and asks for an objection, then talk directly to Ma'am, your son has been diagnosed of serious mythomania and narcissistic perversion by psychological court experts, as my client's results are totally clean. Who do you think is the liar, ma'am? Keeps repeating, Op is the liar. The love of Op for my son was genuine. Op is just being cruel because they had fought or something. If by fought you mean the constant violent insults against me and my family that I received every day for 5 months, the things he did to me etc., then you're I'd see. You think this is big? Wait for the rest. Honestly, when she accused me in court of being a liar, I was shocked, but not really astonished, because what I'm going to tell you, I learned it before the trial by the police and my lawyer. When her son was kept in remand, and Tim had a correspondence by letters. In one of that letter she sent to him was written, "Don't worry about Op, he thinks he's clever, but we will get him. Be brave son, together, we'll destroy him." She literally wrote that like she and her son were the victims. When the judge asked about this letter, she just stuttered and said that she didn't really mean that. Remember when M said she didn't know I was a minor? Well, His son, this dumbass, had showed her some picture of me saying I was his boyfriend, so she perfectly knew I was a really young teenager. Also she knew her son was a pedophile, and that she literally paid an apartment for her pedophile son in the very same town where I live. What kind of sick mind you have to be to do that? When the court asked her about that, she answered that she just wanted to financially help her son who wanted to move nearer to his job. The guy was unemployed. And I think it's useful to mention that the guy was under judicial review and effing conditional liberty when he did his things on me. I recovered of that trauma thanks of legions of psychologists, my parents and my lawyer. God thanks them, and today I'm fine. The guy ended up with a pretty big sentence and I never heard from him again. Thanks for reading, and if you are a parent of a child or an early teen, please, if he's acting strangely or seems much more closed than before, please try to figure out what is happening to him. Nobody want to live what I have lived. Thank you for watching. Slap that like button and comment your opinion on these stories below. I'm waiting. Write that comment. Seriously. Have you written it yet? If you don't comment, you make a bunny cry somewhere. You're not that kind of person, I know. Anyways, peace out, and catch you tomorrow.